Welcome Raiders to another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in this one we're going to be looking at when it comes to building a champion. Of course, if you've been watching all the videos on this channel, you're going to probably notice we're going to go a little bit deeper, right? So we already looked at the most important build archetypes. If you haven't seen the other videos and this is the first time you're coming across this video, I would definitely go check the other ones because it's going to help you in this one. This is going to be a more intermediate to expert guide, but I'll take you step by step. So you're probably thinking to yourself, how do we get the most efficient build for any character we're building? All right, so I'm going to pick a random character, right, out of my whole roster. Let's go with Emic Trunkheart, right? Emic Trunkheart is what? An HP champion. Now, of course, if you watch the archetypes, best archetypes, I've actually told you, like, put the numbers down in that video, what you want to stretch for, okay? But just because you get those numbers, how do you do that with your gear? Right? You might be early game. Maybe you're within the first month of the game, the first 3-4 months. How do you push those? Right? You could push for you can watch the other video, which is the laws. The most important thing in Raid is your laws. But still, if your gear doesn't have the laws of reaching 200 or 250, what do you do? Right? There's strategies, right? And those strategies are usually talked about on my stream on twitch.jarestar3. But I've actually broken it down into, coincidentally, three ways to get the most efficient build. You have PP minus, which is just pushing the law of 200, basically, or 251, or whatever, right? Look at it as just, I'm reaching only one stat, like speed, or accuracy only, or resistance only. That's PP minus, right? That's player power. That's what PP stands for. Okay, your player power, your champion's power right here, as you can see, right? The champion power, right? CP. Well, we don't want to use that term. That's why I use player power better. But yeah, it turns out to be that abbreviation. The other one is PP, the PP way, the regular PP way, right? With the original. Because PP minus was so early game, a lot of us, by the time I started teaching people how to play Raid, I was already mid to late game. And I started teaching the early and mid game players. So we always just called it, use the PP method, right? Or we could call it the PP way, right? Which is stats over stats. What do you mean by stats over sets, JR? That means you're not worrying about the sets that you have on a champion. You don't care about the having righteous or stone skin or pinpoint. You say, you know what? If I have, let me show you the champion. Maybe I can show you one. I probably have one that's probably built in like no sets at all. It's gonna be like this. You only got one set. Right now, this set does have multiple substats, but imagine if that set only had like one substat. That's it. Now, most of my champions, they might have multiple sets on, right? But I definitely built out champions without sets on. For instance, look at my Yannica. You see no sets here, right? But there's artifacts equipped and accessories, but no sets. That's the PP way. You go strictly for the stats here. That's it. So you're prioritizing the stats that are over here over the sets that are over there. People will tell you all the time, you gotta do it this way, do it that. Bro, they're not account takeover specialists. They haven't played on multiple accounts. There's tons of people. I can name 6 content creators who say that don't use this method. It's bad for you. They're dumb. Like literally, they don't know how to play this game. It's crazy, and there's a reason why they're not where I'm at in the game, right? All right, so more numbers equals more accurate depiction, but you do lose raw damage. That's the problem. That's the only downside about the PP way. You can't do using PP way the whole time. It's not going to help you when you get to late to end game. It's going to be really good early, mid, and late game, maybe a little bit late game, but not as much. It's going to fall off, right? And because we started farming stuff like Hydra, we started farming things like Curse City when you're more late game after you've already finished Faction Wars and stuff like that. Then came out what? The PP Plus way, or the PP Plus method, right? Which is sets over stats plus everything else. That's what EE stands for. That includes your Great Hall, your area bonus, your relics, your masteries, your blessing, your artifact ascension, your accessory ascension, literally everything else, right? And that's how you get to the PP Plus way. And that's how you get the maximum build. But the thing is, it still needs other requirements, right? Like, what if I have a 5-star blessing, but you only have a 1-star blessing? Is it truly maximum yet, right? There's no true maximum until they're fully blessed, fully reliced out, blah, 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 right? That takes a long time. So only players should most of the time focus on PP minus, right? Player power minus and player power method, or the PP way, right? That is the most common way for early, mid game, and late game players to advance. But if you're end game, you should always focus on the PP plus, always. Now let me go back to Emic Trunkheart, right? And let's talk about how I built him out. So I built him clearly with some sets on, right? And then sometimes if you're using the Hell Hades optimizer, right, the artifact extractor, if you know how to use it very in depth, and you can go deeper into using the tool, you can actually define that you want certain sets on, that you want certain stats on, that you want certain glyphs and requirements, and it'll try to do the algorithms as best as it can. If you don't have that, I can do a video here. I think I did a video already on my other channel, but I can do one here and give you more of like an early game. I don't know if I've uploaded it. Let me look real quick. I do have my channel open, as you can see, Jarostar Raids, you're seeing here. I don't think I have a video on the Hell Hades optimizer. No, I don't think so. Guide of the Ultimate Gear Selling Guide and Filter, but I don't have the how to use the optimizer for a beginner player. Okay, well then I'll definitely do that then. I'll definitely make sure to make a video like a beginner's guide to the Hell Hades optimizer so you can learn to use it yourself. Now, do you need that? No. You can actually use the in-game. I have proven that optimizer is not perfect. It's really good for saving time, but sometimes it's not going to find everything that you need specifically because maybe you don't have something rolled up, or maybe you just have it like on some other champion, or you haven't put in certain parameters in the options of the optimizer. But let's look at my champion here. He's wearing Righteous 10 speed percent, 40 res. That's good because I want to build this champion fast and high res. So it makes sense why the optimizer used that. Stone Skin 3 because he wants to be tanky, HP defense, and gets that res. I would have loved the 4-piece, but I guess I just couldn't. Pinpoint, it actually just gave... I did want to build a little bit of accuracy on him because he can lock people out, and speed because I said I wanted to go fast and high resist. Looks like we have one rando piece here, which is this Instinct Gloves, because it has 22 speed, and why is that res not glyphed? Let's get that glyphed out, right? We want to have him to have res there. Why haven't I rolled that to 16? Because that's kind of a waste of silver right now. I don't really care unless we get maybe accuracy down there. Maybe during gear enhancement I'll roll it up. I think there is a gear enhancement right now, but I'd rather not waste my silver right now. I'd rather wait a better event, maybe during a fusion or fragment summon. But as you can see, that's why I chose that. I chose masteries that were about res, right, resistance, and a little bit of accuracy. And then in terms of the banner, I gave him a intimidating presence so that he can, help out if I'm using him in arena, because I was using him in arena a lot. And then for the relic, I went this Volcanics Grasp. As you can see, everything was, I was trying to go what? Res, tanky. And if I couldn't get speed, at least tankiness and trying to get that res. So I'm on my way to getting it there, and 5-star there to help out. Look at his stats. All right, so we got 89, almost 90,000 HP, 3,600, 272 speed, no crit rate, no crit damage. Basically, we're not focusing on that. But look at that res, though. 720, 21, that's pretty good. And then accuracy around 339. I'm a little low on that accuracy. It should be 351 minimal, right? So hopefully this does land accuracy and I can glyph it. You know what? We'll do it now. Just screw it. We're doing it now. Doing it live. Let's get that accuracy. Oh, we got attack percentage. That is not great. That kind of hurts. Let me see if I can actually glyph a little bit of this to help us get a little bit more. Push. Oh, man. That wasn't that big of an upgrade, unfortunately. I already have accuracy up here in the Ascension too. Oof, and I have accuracy here in the Ascension too. Oh, he can get defense here. As you can see, I can glyph a little bit more. And this already has accuracy. Let me see if I can push glyphs on this. Nope. Man. That hurts. Really needed it there. Could probably do this one. Maybe. Oof, that can't really go that much. So, yeah, he's kind of like stuck in this 340. I really need the 351. Why? Because 350 is kind of like the normality to stop lockout like nukers and like people who are not building res. So when you're 351, you're higher than the average, especially when you're pushing like Hard Doom Tower or Curse City, things like that. And of course you need higher when you're going super end game or higher like Nightmare Hydra, things like that. You need way more, like 500 plus, blah blah blah, 600. But for the normality, you need 351 to 451 depending on the champion, the speeds and things like that. So I almost got it, right? Well, but I pushed that res really high. I could have dropped that res maybe to like 700 because right now it's at 7021. I can get that 351, right? So that's kind of how you want to balance out your builds, right? Using the artifact sets and to getting those stats as well. If you want to go deeper, I do a video on the Hell Hades Optimizer to show even more step by step. The best way to learn is just to watch my streams, right? See what I'm doing because I usually help a lot of people and on my own account or other people's accounts. And I do free help if like you really need like help, you can, or if it's something you want to like contact me, you can do that as well. If you don't know, maybe this is the first time watching me, I am an account takeover specialist. That's what I do, is I help Raid Shadow Legends players understand this game from the beginning all the way to the end. I've been playing 7 years. I've helped out content creators, I've helped out players of the game, helped out big clans, little clans. I learned not to help so many people anymore because people will take advantage and they won't. They want more. they ask for so much. It's crazy. But yeah, that's why I do some free help, but I mostly do paid help to, because I do spend a lot of hours, lots of hours on people's accounts. But if I wanted to go even deeper with this build, right, and if I wanted to build them like Yanaka, I wouldn't use any sets, right? I would have probably just pushed, said screw this, right, for the speed, sack a little speed, get that accuracy, and then get like a double roll instead, and try to put it in what? I'd probably try to put it in a set like this, right? Like a pinpoint. If I get another pinpoint piece on that glove, I'd get that accuracy I need, right? You get that accuracy I need, boom. So sack a little bit of speed, get a pinpoint gloves, boom. That has at least some res, right? And if it has accuracy and stuff, that's even better. Let me see if I can just do that real quick, just hypothetically, so we can see as an example. In pinpoint. All right, so I have 2 of them. I have an HP one, which is really good, it has res, as you can see, and I have another one that has HP and it has defense. No speed, no accuracy. But when I put it on, or tried to put it on, let me go to fitting room. You'll see on the right hand side. Let's go over there. Right, you'll see that I'm getting the accuracy that I wanted. I'm losing 19 res, but I'm losing 27 speed. Is crazy. That is really a lot to lose. If you go down, it's going down the minimum, right? What did I write over here? In oh, I took it off. Oops. Let me see if I can find it real quick again. Okay, so when I wrote here, what did I say? Reaching the laws of what? 200 and 251. This is the PP minus. So we go back here, we'd be under that 251, and that's a big no-no. I don't want him to be. I want it to be higher than 251. That's why I put him at 272. So that wouldn't be the best one. Let's go over here. Does this one have speed? No, it does not have speed, but it has the res. And honestly, this is not even rolled up. We can roll this and see if we get triple res. We did not. I can glyph that, though. All right, so then I have to ask myself, is it worth now? I went up accuracy, I went up res. Is that worth that much speed? Right? Let's pull up a calculator. 1 point of speed is equivalent to 7 to 9 res or ac, depending on the champion. If the champion needs way more ac, its 1 speed is equivalent to, I think it's 1 to 6 ac or res. Yeah. So if the champion has like very high scaling ac already, you don't need as much, right? Because you're getting free ac or free res. But if they have less base accuracy, base means the champion right over here, when you see it, this is the numbers. See how he comes with 50 at level 60? Some champions won't always show you their exact numbers. When you want to see their exact numbers, you're going to want to go to the index. You click on the champion, and this will be what they'll have at level 60. Some champions at level 50 will not show you the exact full amount because you haven't got them to level 60 fully ascended, right? Which is not the red stars, but the purple little stars once you turn them from gold to purple. The red stars are blessings, right? That's fully blessed out. But fully ascended would be the purple ones. And then you can see that she gets 10 accuracy and 30 res. That's her like free base. And then you can build on artifacts and other stuff to increase it higher. So of course, Emic has an extra 50, so that gives him a lot. So he can he basically has an extra 20 to 30 on most champions, and that's great because that's a few glyphs. That might be an ascension roll, as you can see, like right here, an extra 29, right? So, but yeah, if you have any questions, you can always hit me up, enter the Discord, and it should be in the description. And yeah, that's how you build an efficient champion. As you can see, I've built out a crazy amount of champions. I've been playing this game 7 years, so, and I help a lot of people build their champions as well. So if you got a, oh yeah, we finally got a mythical. I was happy about that. Anything else? Just thank you so much for watching this video. Keep tuned. I'll upload some more here and on my other channel, JRStar3. I'll see you guys in the next one. What do you guys think about how do you build your champions? Do you use the methods that I do, or do you just use the optimizer, or do you copy other people's builds on like Hell Hades or a Yumi Love or some other website? And be careful when you copy, because just because you copy doesn't mean it's the most efficient way to do it. It's just a normal way that the community does it, but that doesn't mean it's always the best. And sometimes a lot of those things are not actually true. So be careful when you copy. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.